camera lens is broken, so you can't see me. I only have about 12 minutes left on this camera, so I better make the best of it, huh? I took a taxi to my Momma's. Miriam would never suspect me of doing that because, remember, my mom said to Marian's son, you know, you expect Laura to stay in the shelter, but I took you in when Marian told me to, when you had nowhere to go. Yada, yada, whatever. So Marian plays dirty, just like that fucking evil piece of shit Joe, the landlord. Marian plays dirty. When I first talked to my mom, how would she know this? I don't know, but she said, the police were here today while I was at the mall with you. What that means is Marian had already told the police that my mother was threatening to kill herself. It's a blatant lie. I was here when my mom first talked to Marian. Remember, Marian dropped off that bullshit note, how, why don't you and Laura live together, buy a condo, blah, 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 whatever. And then when my mom was saying all this stuff, because Marian got a call from the bank, so Marian knew that my mom had opened up that, had taken out that money, that $3,000. I could hear them. I was here. Marian was saying bullshit because my mom was getting upset. My mom was like, I sold that house. Marian was trying to say that. I asked her, what was Marian saying? I don't remember. She would say something about how I wouldn't have had any of this if it were not for her. I've said that too. That doesn't make it hers. I don't care that my mom wouldn't have had any of it if it were not for Marian. It doesn't make it in her warped head, who I told you, Joe believes she's mentally ill. Well, there are a lot of undiagnosed mentally ill people on this planet, okay? I snuck here. And by that, I mean, I didn't know, I had originally, because my mom is, I had planned to drink and probably to come back here late to make sure that Marian hadn't shown up or whatnot, but the police came early, and I'd already missed getting back into the shelter, and I didn't know what to do with myself, so I'm here. It cost me $80. I took a taxi. I'm not turning the lights on because this is a mobile park home and the police patrol it. I'm sitting in the bathroom. To my friends, the ones who really, really care about me. And at the top of the list is Blanche from France, who doesn't get to watch my videos a lot nowadays, but somebody cares about me consistently for years. Trouble with Tribbles, Talk Salad, /Talk Salad, same thing, and Karen. To them, I would say only this. This is a fucking nightmare, but what else is in my poor mother, okay? Marian's playing dirty, just like that fucking landlord tell him that that'll get the cops there no matter what. You say that somebody threatened to kill themselves, and that's what Marian did. My mom said it. My mom said it to me. Marian said I was threatening to kill myself. I was with you all day. She wasn't threatening to kill herself. She never does. She never threatens stuff like that. Marian knew that was the way to get the cops here no matter what. Remember, I overheard it. Everything, the cat was out of the bag. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to dissolve the power of attorney. What about that 53? And even in the note, my mom was nice. She said, I don't care that you took half of that $106,000. I just want my 53. She had the amounts wrong. She said 58 because she's thinking of the 5,000 for the car. And Marian was agitating my mom. My mom was like, no, I bought that car. And I know that she did. Marian may have bought it, but when my mom sold whatever, my mom had a lot of money and she reimbursed Marian. She remembers. So we're going to play devil's advocate for a minute. Suppose, and I probably would agree, my mom did deserve to be in the hospital again. She was getting sick for whatever reason, though she was taking her meds. The fact that Marion did it when my mom kept insisting, I know she talked to her psychiatrist this day. She missed the fucking bus. She was supposed to meet me. All her idea. I had taken off this morning, remember? I don't want anything to do with you, Mom. She called me. I want to get you those contact lenses. The next day at Walmart. I'm like, alright, Mom, if you want to, I'll meet you. And then she missed the bus. Why she missed the bus? She was talking to her psychiatrist. And she told me, the psychiatrist said, don't worry, Samantha. If the cops come, send them away. You're fine, and they can't do anything to you. But actually, they do, because she has a history, and Marion lied through her teeth. And Marion said that my mom was trying to kill herself. What a joke. I can't believe it, but I'm here. It's reality. My mom's not here. The dogs aren't here. I left a message with Dog Woman. I'm like, you need to be aware that nothing can be, I don't know what's going to happen with my mom, but nothing can happen to you can't make any decisions regarding my dog without my express permission. After all this, I'm not going to lose Omar, believe me. I'll board him. I have the money to do it. What a joke. My poor mother. Like I said, even if she did deserve to be evaluated again or to go, you know what I mean? The fact that it was Marion that did it plays right into Marion's agenda. The minute my mom said, boo, the cat's out of the bag, I'm fighting you, I'm getting a lawyer, and then it happens. I'm sure my mom's in shock. And they're probably drugging her up. The refrigerator's all cleaned out. Who did that? I don't know. Marion? In the hopes that my mom will be in the hospital a long time again or something. Not going to leave the food that'll go bad. I don't think it was my mom. I know what the refrigerator looks like this morning. It looked like a war zone, and now it doesn't. Marion threw everything away. No, I'm sure she didn't throw it away. It was new. She took it. It's possible. I guess she's banking on my mom being in the mental hospital again. You know, they fuck her up in there. They put her on too much medication. This is a joke. This is a fucking joke. Marion never loses. She never loses. Look what happened. You don't know. You weren't around my mom. Don't worry, Laura. I can't be I can't risk it, Mom. I have to get the fuck out of here. And I was gonna come back really late. That's why I didn't mind getting shit-faced with. I was gonna come back and stay overnight at my mom's and leave real early in the morning, you know. I know really late Marion's not gonna show up, and I figured if the cops, hadn't shown up, they weren't gonna show up really late. And no, it was early. It was chance I didn't go back to the shelter. Chance or fate or whatnot, because I had to come back to the shelter. Oh my God. I would have been calling my mom. I would never understand what was going on. I wouldn't know what was going on with my dog. It would have been a fucking nightmare unless she knew my number and called me. I don't know if she would have. My poor mother. This is such a joke. And the people who really, really care about my mom, the top of the list are Karen and Talk Salad. And how sad, huh? But it's not being done in silence like usual, it's not being done in secrecy. I left a vicious message on my mom's social worker's machine, and then since it was her machine was out, which often happens, this mailbox is full, I left it on the general mailbox on a different kind of vicious message. Can't leave any message with Cheryl, but I left one with Dog Woman. This dog woman was apparently the dogs never came back. Marion contacted dog woman and said, don't bring the dogs back. Oh, that's kind of strange too. How would Marion even know that the dogs had gotten their exams? I don't know. Like I said, it's possible that my mother is. I thought my mom was getting sick again, but the fact that Marion did it, plays right into Marion's agenda. My mom had written that letter. I took the money out of the bank. I want to put the house in a living trust, and the will, and house. And look what Marion did. Marion snaps her fingers, and the police, they don't care. When you have a history, you do the slightest weird thing, and I'm sure my mom was agitated because she didn't think it could happen to her, and that's it. Bingo, you're sectioned again. See. That suitcase my mom wanted. I don't understand why they didn't let her grab anything to wear or whatnot. I don't know if Donna did it. I don't know, guys. This is reality. I'm here. I'm huddled in the bathroom floor. I turn this light on and none of the other lights, because like I said, my mom's always, this is my safe, but she's been taking her meds and she's still, I'm drunk. I'm not drunk now, but maybe cops could come. I can't sleep. I was supposed to go to my therapy appointment today. That ain't happening. I don't even have the number to call her, I don't think. Just cancel. I came here just to see. The fridge is all cleaned out. My mom didn't do that. Marion had to have come here and done that. And that's like, you know, she's doing that in preparation. If my mom wants, she's pretty positive my mom's going to wind up in the hospital again. God help you, Samantha. If you cross me in any way, I'll put you in the hospital. How dare you love your daughter and want to do right by your daughter? How dare you question me? How dare you assert autonomy? Marion thinks the money's hers. I could hear my mom's end of the conversation. My mom's getting enraged. I would have been too. Marion was like trying to hint around. My mom's like, I bought this house. You know, I don't know what Marion was saying, but I can only imagine. Gee, Marion's a fucking evil piece of shit cunt, just like Bobby's landlord. Marion will stop at nothing. And she's listened to because the same way that landlord was listened to. My mom has a history, so they listen. Mom. Remember, I'm in a nightmare. For all I know, the police could come here. I'm being harassed by the police. My mom verified it. I'm like, was it the police who's calling you? Yep. I'm being harassed by the police when I did nothing wrong. This is a fucking nightmare, guys. She's not court-appointed guardian of my mother. She has that bullshit power of attorney that shouldn't even... My mom's been telling me, my social worker said it's going to be made null and void. Marion told my mom, I'm not going to meet with your psychologist and social worker. Marion doesn't care. She thinks she's God when it comes to my mother. And she proves that the police listen to her when it comes to my mother, when it comes to me. Lord only knows what lies Marion has told them about me. I certainly wouldn't know. How would I know? Because obviously it was nothing that could get me arrested, but it's on my record, I'm sure somewhere. It's all bullshit. You think this is fair, guys? You think this is right? Like my mom said on the phone, Marion crossed the line. Of course, she always crosses the line with me now. Now she's done it with you, Mom. Because I know damn well you were not threatening to kill yourself. You know, Mom doesn't do that shit. I do. I know, actually, I don't threaten to kill myself, but I mean, I talk about wanting to die. Mom never talks about wanting to die. She never talks about wanting to kill herself, okay? Marianne lied through her teeth. And the only reason I know any of this, because remember, if my mom's going to be sectioned, into a hospital, it'll happen fast. I'm by tomorrow. If I had gone back to the fucking shelter, I would have just been calling my mother and calling her and not knowing what was happening with her or the dogs or anything, you know? But I didn't go back to the shelter, and I called my mom to ask her some question. And then, no, I called from Stop a Job, told her I put the $300 in my account, but I want to give it to her, go to Rockland and give it to her with the account number. And then I was saying this and that, whatever, and then next time I called, not that long later, 10 minutes later or something, 15, she was like, whatever it was, she's like, the police are here, Laura, they're taking me to the hospital. I'm like, oh my God, Mom, see, you thought it couldn't happen, it can always happen. Marion's proving, she's breaking my mother. But remember, the cat's out of the bag. My mom's telling people I've left messages on my social worker's machine in the general mailbox. And we sent that letter to my cousin, okay? I'm going to send another letter. Because we're telling the truth. Me and my mom are telling the truth. And Marianne is fucking endlessly getting away with lying through her fucking teeth. And I can't take it anymore. And just as an aside, the next camera I buy, since I have money, it's going to have sound for the video, so I can watch the video right on the camera, as I've done numerous times, and have sound, which means I'll be able to see the video. I'm exhausted, but how can I sleep when I know Mary might come here early in the morning? Mary wouldn't imagine in a million years I'm here, because I'm supposed to be in the shelter, and she knows that there's, you know, if you don't get in the shelter, if you don't get in a certain time, you're locked out. And, oh.